guys, and welcome to this week's AlakazamMagicUK Live. I'm not here by myself. I have got our regular joining us, Mr. Wayne Goodman. So let's bring him on. Oh,
hello.
How are you?
I'll take a quick drink there. Bit of my tea.
I've got a tea. Andy just bought me a tea in, bless him.
Oh, nice. You never bought me a tea in.
No, you had to make your own. So,
Wayne,
we are joined with our regulars this week. We've got the lovely Lucy. We have Ian Raymond Walker. We have Tom Rolfe, Tony Middleton. Who else? Loads of people. Kevin Bowman, Andy Brockenhurst, Steve-O Watson. We've got Frank Valenti, all the way from Tampa, Florida. Welcome,
I saw
Frank. And Frank did actually say, I don't know how he knows about this, but this, I believe, is due for release at the end of this month. So keep your eyes out for that, Frank. And if you're not on our mailing list, make sure you're on there, because we will have a live launch on it. We will let you know via the mailing list. So guys, we got a few things to talk about today, including this bad boy that was released on Thursday.
Mine's in the car.
I'm just going to read you this, actually, because this has just come up on Facebook, right? So this is by a great magician and a good friend of Alakazam's. He's just put, I love this so much. This is a Jameson wallet. He bought a brown limited edition one. I loved it so much. I've just bought a black one so I can use one for my everyday carry and keep one in my suit for gigs.
I saw that in the group. Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
It's brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic.
Such a great wallet. And I've actually got the trailer for that. So for those of you that haven't seen it, I think I'm going to drop the trailer for the Jameson wallet so you guys can have a look, because it is truly not only the most modern looking card to wallet out there, I believe it's a sort of gender neutral design. I think it looks perfect with both men or women magician using it.
I showed it to I did it on Charlie's mum, and she was like, that's a really cool looking wallet. She goes, where can I get a wallet like that? But it is one that is it does appeal to male and females.
Yeah, it's great. Right, so let's have a look at that.
If you're a magician like me, you love card to wallet, but the one thing holding you back is the massive wallets, the envelopes, the fact that you need it in a jacket, and all of the other inconsistencies of that choice of routine. The beauty of this wallet is it's slim. This is 5mm thick, and that is with all of my credit cards in there, the money inside the zip compartment. And what's great about this wallet is that it's great for when you're performing professionally, but also just as an everyday wallet. This comes with me every single day. I use it as a normal wallet. The zip compartment allows me to store coins, special notes, packet tricks, whatever I want. I can use it as an index, and also you've got the great killer card to wallet. Thank you for joining me. Do me a favor, I want you just to grab a card for me. Grab any card, doesn't matter which one. Take it out and write your name nice and big across there. What we're going to do, I'm going to try and find your card with probably, I don't know, maybe 4 attempts, maybe. Okay, I think you'll allow me four attempts, is that fair? Relatively so. Okay, place it back there for me. We'll do this. In fact, shall I raise the stakes? Shall we go crazy? Let's go crazy. What about the contents of my wallet?
Okay.
If I don't get the card, I'll leave my wallet there for you. Okay, don't grab for it, all right? There's at least a £10 note in there, at least.
Oh,
I know.
me.
Here we go, ready? 4 attempts, let's go for this one. Here, bang. 4 of, no.
No, unlucky.
Was it a club?
No.
Was it a 4?
It was a 4.
There we go. Nice. Let's go for this then. Let's try this. Let's go for the 4 of spades.
Nope.
No, but it was a. It was a 4. What about the 4 of diamonds?
Oh, hello.
I know. Well, yeah. That's 3 attempts. I don't know whether to quit. Not while I'm ahead, but while I'm slightly lagging behind. I did say you'll get the contents of my wallet.
You did.
There isn't much in here, to be honest, but inside the zip compartment, let me show you this. Look. Can you see something inside? There is a card. There is a card. Pull it out. Have a look.
No way.
That is the 4 of hearts with your name on it. Show the camera.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, the other 3 were just pretend. I was, you know, I could have done that straight away.
Done that?
I just did it. But
No, that's not okay.
it's better than okay. What I wanted to do is have a wallet that I can perform professionally with, but also use it as my everyday wallet. And this is my new wallet. This is the Jameson wallet. It measures 5mm thick. That's with all my credit cards in the front. It has a zip compartment which allows for coins, banknotes, packet tricks, whatever you want to put inside you can. You can do coin to wallet, you can do ring to wallet, you can do card to wallet. There are so many applications to this, and what I love about it is how minimal it is. You're going to love it, and this is the Jameson wallet by me, Ian Bailey.
It is amazing.
It is amazing. It's such a beautiful wallet to use and hold, and it doesn't look possible for the card to even fit into the wallet. It's so, you know, it only just holds a card inside.
Yeah.
So when you bring it out, there's no way they're going to be ahead of you, because there's no way they could think you could get a card into a small wallet that quickly.
Yeah. Guys, if you've got any questions about anything or want to chat to us about anything, drop it here in the live. Harry is not joining us today because obviously we have had a hectic weekend with orders, so he is stuck next door still packing from 8 o'clock this morning, which is great, you know, and thank you all very much, everyone that supports us every week, and you know, with all your orders, it's truly appreciated. While that trailer was on, I was adding up how many releases I believe we've got between now and Christmas.
Okay.
Have a guess.
Well, the ones that I can think of that I know about, I mean, it could be 8, 7, 8, 9.
I think we're looking at a minimum of 14.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This
That's
box, this has just turned up today. And
well, that's a nice looking box.
This has got me really excited because this, I believe, in here contains the prototypes to 2 of our Christmas releases, which you just saw a moment ago.
Yeah.
Then obviously we've got 3 releases happening, I believe, on the 15th of September.
Yeah.
So honestly, guys,
that's 5. That's only September and December.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, honestly, guys, we have got some great stuff planned. And remember that our new website is now under construction. So I'm so excited, really excited. The launch date is, we're aiming for February, March. So remember, guys, if you've got any great ideas of things you would like incorporated on the site, and it doesn't have to be stuff you've seen on a Magic website. You know, if you shop at an online clothing store, or you get your food or whatever, and you just think that's a great idea and that makes my life a lot easier, let us know. Send in the idea to sales@alakazam.co.uk, and if it's something that we feel we can incorporate and that will benefit others, we will have it built into the site. Because remember, the site is there for you guys. It's the home of the academies. I think when the site goes live, hopefully we will be streaming to the site as well when we do our Tuesday lives. So yeah, I mean, we're really looking at upping the website game.
give you an idea, one of the ideas that I think I spoke to you or spoke to Harry about was when I do my shopping at one of the supermarkets I shop at online, in the corner of the product, there's a little heart. And if you click on that, it adds it to your favorites. You don't have to go to any other pages. You don't have to do anything. You just click on that heart and it adds it automatically, so you can keep on shopping and tally up a load of items that you can then go back and check on, oh, I will have that one, I will have that one, I will have that one. Yeah. So, yeah, that was an idea I shared. That obviously not from a Magic website. That came from Tesco's.
But it's great because for things like playing cards, loops, you know, all these sort of not disposable items, but, you know, consumable items. Yeah. That's a great thing. So you don't have to keep looking over the website. It will be there. And these are the things that you buy on a regular basis. Do you need any today? Yeah. It's a great idea. And we are looking at having that built in. So someone has asked, will the user accounts be transferred? So at the moment, we are expecting that everything should be able to go across. It's a completely new platform. The biggest part of any new website is the data transfer. Now we are hoping that everything is going to be able to get transferred. But what we are going to do, one, we do recommend that everyone downloads their videos anyway. You've got a download link, because if anything was to happen to the site or where the videos are hosted, then we all lose them. So we always recommend, that's why there's a download link. Download them, save them on a hard drive, and you've got all your content there. Our aim is that they will remain in your account anyway. But what we are going to do is we are going to keep the two sites running for a while. So if for any reason we cannot transfer the data, we are still going to pay for the other site's hosting for around about 3 months, which will give you ample time to download everything you need to download. If you have got points which haven't been transferred, you'll be able to send us an email. We'll be able to do that for you. So yeah, the aim is that you guys are not going to miss out at all. And there's going to be a new way of doing loyalty points as well. But all this we'll explain nearer the time. But the site will be a hell of a lot easier for you guys to work with. It's going to have some really great benefits in there for you guys as well. The only thing that I know you will have to do, definitely, is reset your password. So you will have to do it. It will not transfer passwords across. It will transfer your username, your account, but you will have to reset your password. So that's the only thing. But yeah,
easy job to do.
Yeah. Sean, man, could we get a search box in the streaming video section? That is one of the things on our list. Yeah. Yeah. So we're really looking at the whole lot, and this isn't. We're not talking about tweaks to our other site. I mean, this is a complete new build, complete new format, complete new software. It's a huge project, but
that's why it's not going live till. That's why it's not going live till next year, really, isn't it? Because it's going to take a long time to get it constructed.
Yeah, it is. It is, but it's going to be great. It's going to be great. We're really looking forward to it. And like I said, guys, I believe it's the 15th of September, but keep your eyes peeled on your emails. I'll be sending out an email maybe later this week to announce the date, but we have got a live evening going on where you'll be able to win magic prizes. We have got a big announcement, and we have got some new products being launched, which are very exciting. And I believe that is the 15th, but keep your eye out on the emails so that can update you. So Wayne, what have you been up to?
I've been busy. I've been so busy. So I'm very excited. Can I do a quick advert for tomorrow?
Please.
So tomorrow, because I have had a couple of messages about it, there is a brand new Wayne's Wednesday Wizarding Wonder going live at midday tomorrow and it's a special about one creator. Actually, the next two are both dedicated to one creator. The one after that I filmed as well is also one creator, two effects. But yes, tomorrow, do not miss it. It is a brilliant person who I've looked at his products. Sneakily dialing in from the office. Typical Darren. Darren's got a book coming out as well, I do believe. He's been posting about his book. It's not a magic book, I don't think it's a novel.
Yeah, he's had a few novels out. Clever guy is our Darren.
He sent me some of his front cover image, and I made up a couple of, put the book covers on different places and stuff to make it look good for him. So I see he's been using those, which I'm really pleased with. I'm sure Lindsay.
That's the type of dedication we like here at AlakazamMagicUK.
Oh, bless. I've been really busy. It's been great. I did a couple of weddings over the weekend, a couple of close-up shows as well. Been really working. So really working a couple of recent releases. So obviously, Jameson wallet has been used. I've been using that for a couple of months now. About a month now. So that's been really worked in. Look Sharp's been worked in. Obviously, I've been using that for a long time. But I've got to say, and I have told you this privately before, but if you guys haven't checked it out, you guys need to check out the Butterfly Effect by Mr. Pete Bernardi. It is my favourite go-to effect now. If I sit down with a family, or if I'm doing a trick, especially at the moment, I was at a pub, a beer festival on Sunday, and I was at one table, and they said, "Oh, do you mind if we do it completely like non-contact?" And I said, "Yeah, that's fine, of course." So they didn't even want to pick a card or anything like that. There's nothing like that. So I got the butterfly effect out, which can be done completely hands off, completely non-contact. I'm just dealing the cards down. And before I even got to the end, I had a crowd around me. And when I did the reveal, it got the biggest reaction. Everyone was like, "No!" It was brilliant. So yeah, I've been having a bit of fun, been mucking about, been playing.
Oh,
thank you,
yeah. It's one of those effects that, it was always my magician faller. I used to have my deck set up ready to go with that, and that would be the first trick I started with. And it was always the one that had them scratching their heads.
Well, you did it to me, and it blew me away. And I was like, "Oh my God," And then I hope you don't mind me telling people this, but you told me how it was done, and then I still went and bought it because I wanted to get all the extra material off the DVD as well. I was like, "You bought it? I told you it was done." "Yeah, I know, but I want to get all of it." It's such a lovely trick. And the Jameson's wallet went down really well. I posted up on the group a little idea that I just did on the cuff of the moment, again at the beer festival, and I did a it was a spur of the moment thing, and I put up what I did there on the group. One very quick thing, because I'm admin on a couple of groups now. If you do want to get access to the Look Sharp group or the Jameson wallet group or any of the groups, you do need to put in your passcode on the when you log into the group. It'll ask you for the passcode. You need to put it in, otherwise we won't let you into the group because we need to know that you've got it. I've contacted a few people who have been there for a while now and just said you need to do it. So yeah.
And the Jameson group's already starting to get, even though a lot of people will only start getting their wallets today because they were sent out Friday because we've had the bank holiday. Chances are people will start receiving them today. But I know Darren Rotherham paid for guaranteed next day delivery because he had a gig Saturday. And even though I wouldn't suggest this to anyone, I wouldn't suggest get something and take it out that day, but Darren did. He took it out and he sort of put a message up saying that it's phenomenal. And like I said, he's just put up that he's bought a second in a different colour. So one's his everyday, the other one's in his suit. So the brown one's more of his dress one, the black one's more of his everyday one. But there was a great routine that you mentioned, like you just said, which was an impromptu thing. I've also, for those of you that don't know, I did film the after show because we had a couple of technical issues, I believe, at the beginning. And I did film the after show, so that is in everybody's accounts now. It's in the after show section, where we discuss some bonus routines for it as well. I've got the ESP routine in there. I think I had another routine in there. There was an idea from you, an idea from Harry. So yeah, it's really, really, really.
It was
cool.
a very proactive after show, wasn't it? It was a lot of people showing a lot of ideas and some good questions asked as well. You know, it was very, very, very much a proactive after show.
Yeah, yeah, it really was. I love the after shows because they're just a great brainstorming session, aren't they? Because we never plan the after show. It's more of a Q&A, an unboxing, and like anything, when you have a product and you play with a product for a long time, you start getting these other ideas for it, and that's when we tend to share them, is the after show, if we've had any ideas. But then also the brainstorming bit, where I will say, oh, have you thought of doing this? And you'll go, oh, well, if you're going to do that, you can do this. And then it sort of builds. And then we have ideas coming in from people that are watching, which is great. You know, it's a really fun night. I think the after shows are sort of quite an important part now of our product releases, because I think it's a time where we all share ideas together, even the people that have just bought it. And you're not going to get that sort of situation anywhere else.
No,
you know? I think it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting. I had the butterfly effect. It's the mutts. Yeah, it's very much. It gives. It's a real, like, communal family kind of spirit in there as well. People are all, you know, you can tell people are writing in. They're very excited about what they're going to be receiving. They're very excited about seeing what they're going to be, you know, for the unboxing. And then, yeah, the ideas do start to flow, and you go, oh, that could work. Oh, would that work with it? Or on the night, I believe somebody was saying, oh, could you do this with it? And there's this other effect. We could incorporate that with it. And yeah, it all just flows really, really nicely.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it really does. So I'm just reading some of these comments that are coming up. Oh,
I've just had a really nice comment sent to me.
The great JC's here.
Oh my God, the
Mr.
legend.
Carey, welcome.
Hope you're doing all right, John. Hope you're well. I haven't spoken to him for ages. I should give him a call, really. I like John.
I had a good long chat with him yesterday. It's always good to chat with my good bud, Mr. Carey.
Yeah, he's a nice bud. I like John a lot. He's a very, very, very clever man. Very clever. Just, you know, I'm sure he sees a pack of cards completely different to the way the rest of the world does.
Yeah.
You know,
I
see 50 cards. I see lots of jokes and lots of interaction. He just sees a world of opportunity where it just spreads out in front of him.
Do you know what I like? When I speak to John and we speak to each other, we try and speak to each other at least once a week. The last couple of weeks has been a bit hectic, but we do try and speak once a week. And we tend not to talk about magic. We just sort of shoot the breeze. And it's really nice. Do you know what I mean? If ever I'm feeling like I'm having one of those days, John will always cheer me up. Always make me see sense. And he's just one of those guys I can ring up and go, oh, John, guess what? And by the time I put the phone down, I'm always thinking, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, I've just had a really, really nice message sent to me to do with another release that's happening tomorrow.
What's happening tomorrow?
Just a small book, you know, nothing
what?
major.
Oh, shall we drop this?
Drop the trailer, and then I'll tell you this message, because it's to do with it's come from an AlakazamMagicUK watcher. So if they're watching, I'll say hello as well in a minute. But yeah, drop the trailer. Press that button. Shoot the video. Hi, I'm Wayne Goodman, and this is the launch of my brand new book, Weddings I Do. This book has been a long time coming, and I hope you'll enjoy reading from it, learning from it, and using the information to work in an industry that is fun and opens the doors to many more performing opportunities. In this book, I will teach you everything you need to know about working at weddings, including wedding fairs, getting booked, when to perform, children at weddings, and also teaching some of my signature routines that have never been revealed before. I'll also share with you the mistakes I've made along the way. The book is available in two formats, paperback and special edition hardback. Also, when you pre-order, you'll be invited to a 1-hour Zoom special on Wednesday the 22nd of September at 8 PM, which will feature a chat about the book and also a Q&A with Wayne about working at weddings.
Right.
I do like that purple suit.
It's a great suit. So, guys, we have got those in stock now. So we are shipping them now. Harry's been reading it because he's made his mind up. He was he started gigging before lockdown. Then lockdown happened. Then he threw himself into the business and went, oh, I don't know if I can go out and gig. I'm too busy here. And now he's got the vibe back. He wants to go out and gig. So he's done a couple of weddings. He's got a couple of weddings coming up. And he should have
been reading it.
Yeah. And he said to me, it's absolutely great. But if you haven't done weddings before, they are slightly different, because there are a lot of questions you ask yourself about, do you bother the bride and groom? Do you go up and perform for them? Don't you go up and perform for them? And even though, yes, you should, it is still a question you have. Oh, do I let them get on? Because they're really busy. I'll entertain the guests. But in the book, you sort of tell them exactly what's important, when's the right time. And even telling them, not that you're saying these are the tricks you must do at weddings, but you are saying these are some of the tricks I do at weddings.
There's a whole, for the first time ever, I've done a chapter on, compared to my other books, with tricks that I do specifically at weddings, like the wine bottle trick, like the pack of cards. And some of them are just silly little ideas that may not read much on paper, but when you do them on the day, have a really, really big impact. Really big impact on the bride and the groom. Yeah. But I've just had a message on Facebook from, and I'm going to say this name wrong, so I'm really sorry if you're watching. Suung Phai, greetings from Malaysia. Just dropped to say hi. Been following you on the ALAKAZAM live on YouTube. Just ordered your new book, wedding book from ALAKAZAM. Look forward to reading it. Now hoping it'll arrive smoothly. So from Malaysia, that's amazing. Yeah, I've just dropped a message back saying thank you, and I've asked them if weddings are a big thing in Malaysia for magicians. And it'd be nice to do a little follow up on that and find out, if Malay people.
And I will say as well, for all our American customers, you have put a whole section in there, because I do understand, and me and Wayne have chatted about this numerous times, and it is something that we really can't, there you go, we really can't believe, but magicians at weddings in America are not a big thing. So Wayne has dedicated a whole chapter onto, one, how to generate interest in getting a magician at a wedding, and two, how to corner the market in your area. And if you could break into that market, I think you'll be made.
Like we've always said, we've said a few times on here, weddings, whenever you see weddings in America on TV shows and films and whatnot, I know they're films and TV shows, but I think they're done to represent what weddings over there are like. They're always big affairs. They're always a lot of family, a lot of outdoor resorts where there's lots of people, 3 different bands playing and different areas, and I always look at them and think, I'd love to work that way. That looks like a great wedding to be at. Yeah. And then you find out we don't have magicians at weddings. I was genuinely shocked. Genuinely.
Yeah, same here. But there's a whole chapter on there for you guys out there in America. And remember as well, a lot of the information within this book is not only, even though it is geared towards weddings, it's about performing close-up magic. Yeah. Performing close-up magic in a paid situation at a venue, whether it's a birthday.
There's a whole section there. There's a whole section in there about how I work tables, how I don't work one table at a time. And that's something I also talk about in the restaurant book. It's also what I talk about when I'm doing lectures and I talk about working at big corporate events. I very rarely work to one table. I want everybody, when I leave, I want table 1 and table 2 to be discussing what I did between them, and ways that, incorporating so that when I leave, my presence is felt around the room, not just at table 1 and 3 and 9 were brilliant, but tables 2, 7 and 6 weren't great. Yeah. No, every table gets an amazing experience, and when I leave, everybody knows. So that way, afterwards, everybody's talking about me, and everyone's talking about what I've done. Yeah, it's really important. Yeah. But yes, both books are available from AlakazamMagicUK right now. Got them here. If people have read my other books, I will just like to say very quickly, this is probably the book I'm most proud of. I'm over the moon with how it's all come out, with everything, and you know it's bigger than any book I've ever written. It's about twice the size of Go Compare and the restaurant book. It's and Maxim's Primer. It's a big book with a lot of information. And the one thing that people have always said about my writing is I don't put any filler in there. There's no writing stuff for the sake of writing it. You know, everything is concise, down to the point, and get straight to the money, straight to the action. So yeah, weddings I do, or as you call it,
I do weddings. No,
great. You know what? When you put the trailer on, you were going to bring the volume down and go, I do weddings.
Do you know what? I did think about it. But no, it's your trailer, and I thought, no, it's his trailer, let's let it run.
Guys, I would have laughed.
Guys, the other thing as well that was released, if you missed the live last week, was a re-release of an effect that we haven't had in stock for quite a while. It's a perfect addition to our wallet series. For those of you that don't know what the wallet series are or is, it was an idea of Harry's to put out some effects that you can carry with you. They're standalone effects that you can carry in your wallet, so you're always ready to hit with a powerful piece of magic or mentalism. And we re-released a great effect by Steve Della called Will to Read. You can see it up there. Where? Up there. Right. There you go. You can see it up there. So that is back in stock now. So let me play you the trailer for that little bad boy. And I believe it's this video here. So let's take a look at this, Wayne.
Check it out.
Right, well, first things first, I have here a page from a book, okay? It's from a book that I've read, it's been torn out, and on here, in the words, is a prediction of the actions that I think we're going to do with you. I think the actions you're about to take. Hi, I'm Steve Della. Will to Read is my go-to effect when I'm out and about. It's the perfect mentalism effect performed in bars and coffee shops, but also gets massive reactions when I feature it as part of my mentalism set. With only one page torn from a book, I can perform multiple effects. The main effect, 3 borrowed objects are placed on a table, a pen, a card and a coin. Even though your spectator makes every single decision, each action they take just happens to be predicted ahead of time in a torn out page from a book. This might be a little bit freaky for you, but here is the paragraph. He turned to me, his arm out wide as far as it could reach. He spoke, I will have the pen, you will have hold of the coin, and it is always the card that gets hidden away out of sight. There you go, you're amazing, you did it perfectly, I'll take that back. Lovely to meet you, thank you very much indeed for that. Thank you. Will to Read is quick to learn, fits in your wallet, it's easy to do, has an instant reset, and most of all, it's powerful. As a bonus, I've also built in my All About Eve book test and a jaw-dropping reveal for the bit book. My name's Steve Della, and this is Will to Read.
So
it's such a lovely thing, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing. And on the video tutorial, you get Steve's go-to routine, but then you also get my extended presentation, which builds in a few different aspects of it. And it's a presentation which lasts for 5-6 minutes. And you do multiple pieces of mind reading. It's such a cool little effect. I want to read this out as well, because this has just been posted in the Jameson wallet section. So bearing in mind, these are comments from people that have bought it, not people that have had freebies or anything else. So this is Roland Valentine, who's been a customer of ours for years. Received mine this morning. Have to say, for a small wallet, this is an absolute dream to load with no snagging. The leather is nice and supple, the zip works beautifully smooth, and the workmanship is top notch. Nothing to not like about this. Alakazam and Ian have knocked it out of the park with this one. And that's the comments we're getting. Guys, if you haven't picked up a Jameson wallet yet, grab yourself one, because it will be your everyday wallet, I think. So cool, so cool. Also, little message here from Tommy Bird. Wayne did my wedding.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I did do his wedding. Yeah, he's great. Tommy's great. I worked with Tommy in Spain. He was a rep, and he worked in the hotels that I was an entertainer in. So yeah, I did do his wedding. It was great. Yeah, fantastic. Thanks, Tommy.
Ian Raymond Walker said, will to read is another great effect and an easy carry. It really is. It folds down into nothing. Stick it in your Jameson wallet and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Absolutely ready to go. So guys, if you have if you've got any questions, just pop them in here. Oh, we've got the fantastic Mr. Fox all the way from Australia.
I just saw that from Australia. That's amazing.
Good friend of mine from Oz, Mr. John Fox. Actually, I had a conversation with him this morning. Lovely guy.
Probably this evening for him.
It was 5 o'clock his time. 5 o'clock. I did ask him. So guys, if you've got any questions for us, drop them here in the chat. With regards to the Academy as well, we've got a few Academy courses coming up. We've got one, I believe it's the 14th of September. Details of that will go up hopefully later on this week. And that course, anyone that loves easy to do, commercial, high impact magic, this will be for you. It's a course by Martin Pierce or Martin Marvel. He hasn't done an academy before, but he was the one that done the Ace Magic Dealer Dem a few years ago here at AlakazamMagicUK. And he's the creator behind Chocolate Challenge, Sweet FA Deck. He's had quite a few releases with Ace.
One of his that I really like is the which I got from AlakazamMagicUK, is the one with the instant like calculator with the cards with the coins on it.
Yeah. What's that called?
I can't. Hold on 1 second. I'll go and get it in here.
Something Change, I think. But guys, it's going to be a great academy with a lot of very easy to do, strong commercial magic. So keep your eye out for that. The academy is called EEE.
Okay, the trick's called Bang On.
That's it. Bang on the money.
Bang on the money, and it comes with these cards which have got the coins on them, and they can put them down in any combination they want. Because it's both sides, they can turn them over, move them around and stuff, and you can instantly tell them how much it all adds up to. Really, really nice effect. I haven't had a chance to work it yet because I've been so busy with the book and other things, but I think this is going to make a great addition when I'm doing like math shows and things like that. Because of the and like very, very good, very, very good trick.
Yeah. And it will be a good one when you're doing your, because you do, people might not know this, but you do a lot of school shows and you have various different shows. You've got like one on anti-bullying, one on climate or the environment, recycling. But this will be a great one about, I know a lot of schools nowadays are getting into teaching kids about financing. Like keeping a track on their finance, the importance of money and saving and everything else. This will be a perfect little trick.
It's not just schools. Everything seems to be focusing a lot on teaching kids how to be better with money. If you go on Facebook, almost every day I see, maybe because I've got a daughter and it's aimed at her age group, but Go Henry. Yeah, Go Henry. I have a Go. She has a Go Henry card, although she doesn't use it anymore because now she just has a normal bank account. She prefers to use that. But yeah, so there's all that kind of things about it seems to be focusing on teaching kids about proper life skills they need for adult life, like looking after your money, investing, and all that kind of thing. So yeah, you're right. That would be a great addition. I need to sit down with it and spend. I've got about 15 different things I need to look at, but I'm going to leave it on my desk so I can look at it now.
It is. It's great. Actually, we had a couple of families in last week, and the kids bought their own magic with their Go Henry cards. It was great.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's a great thing. If you've got kids and you don't know about Go Henry, it teaches them about banking, and you can put money on the card for them from your bank account, and whatever they buy, you get an email to let you know what they're spending their money on. So it's a great way of keeping track of what they're doing and what they're buying, as well as giving them the freedom to go out and buy things.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, Sean Mann. Yeah, this was a question that come up because I'd never seen this Edge wallet. A couple of comments on the Green Place wanted to compare the Jameson to the Edge wallet. I have both, and there is no comparison. Jameson is by far the better wallet. I hadn't even heard of the Edge wallet. I know it's on our website, but it's one of the special order items. So I had a look at it yesterday, and they are completely different animals, I think. But yeah, thanks for that, Sean. I hadn't actually seen a Edge, so I couldn't really comment. I could only say what the Jameson was. But yeah, it's a fantastic wallet. They are in stock now. Also, the new newsletters are due in later on this week. So you should receive your newsletter. And there's a new section by you starting this month, isn't there, Wayne? Or is it the second?
Well, I don't know if you're doing it as a separate section. Maybe they are. I don't know.
No, it's the same section, but it's a new.
Oh, so yeah. So what I've done is Harry asked me if I would do like a couple of. So I've done a run of 3. So the next 3 months will cover me approaching a restaurant to do a residency. Which so the first month is me going to the restaurant and talking to them about it. The second month is my first night at the restaurant. And then the third month, which I just sent in last week because I did it last week, was my second visit to the restaurant, and it details all the elements of that. So it's a nice little journey. I haven't got another visit there now for 2 months. I'm not doing September, so I'm back in October. So I might do a follow up for a couple of months' time of a fourth one of. Well, it's been a couple of months since I've been in. Now I'm back. Let's see what's happening. And it's all about working because I had worked in this restaurant once before under different management. So I've talked about new faces, new people, new setup, new company owning it, all that kind of thing. I'm excited to read it, even though I wrote it.
So with your residencies as well, because I know you've gone back to a couple you had before, but
yes.
you've been getting a few new ones.
I have. Well, one of them I don't know if it's going to happen or not as a residency, and this is really important as well because I've had people message me in the past and they say things like, I approached this restaurant and then nothing happened, or I approached this restaurant, I did one for them and I've not gone back again. And I just want everyone to know that this is completely normal. So I got approached by a restaurant. They wanted me to do a show. When I got there, the weather wasn't right. I was inside, not outside. And there was no space for me to do a show. So they asked me to do table magic instead. And then I've been talking to them about going back and doing that again on a regular basis. But at the moment, I don't think that's going to happen. So it's been a one-off for me at that venue. So even when you're someone like me who does restaurants all the time, this still happens. It's completely normal, completely natural for that to happen and not to be put off by it. But I've been approached by another couple of restaurants, and I did a wedding on Thursday for a friend of mine who used to be a waiter at Frankie and Benny's, and he now runs his own restaurant place, and hopefully that's going to become a regular event. And I've got another couple of places similar to that as well in the surrounding towns. And I've just had a new Italian restaurant that I don't know how true this is, but I've been told is part owned by Frankie Dettori,
right?
Who lives up the road from me. Not trying to brag on nothing, being Frankie. I do know Frankie really well. He's a lovely, lovely guy. I saw him at an event and he came up and he gave me a hug. And I was like, oh, hello. And he went, hey, Magic Man. I went, hey, Jockey. And I've done shows for his kids and for his wife and for the family. And they're lovely. But I'm hoping to get in there because it's a really nice restaurant. It's really big. It's like a huge restaurant. So I'm hoping to get in there and get some magic because it's literally at the bottom of my road as well, so I can walk down.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, really, really nice.
Well, that seems to be, I mean, that's always the good thing with residencies. You tend to sort of, unless it's a high paying one, it's going to be something that's really local. You usually do it on a day where you're not going to do anything else. So you don't do it a weekend unless they're paying really well, which chances are they're not going to. But it gives you a great way, we've discussed it before, a great way to break in new material. It just gives you a great chance to get out there and perform and get better and better. Each time you perform, you learn.
Yes.
That's the thing. Each time you perform, you learn.
Every time you walk up to a table, every night, every table, you're going to get a bespoke situation. You're going to get different people, different characters, different effects, different situations will arise from that. And you will come away, even if you do exactly the same tricks and they work exactly the same way as the last table, something different would have happened on this table and you would have learned from it. So by the end of the night, you've notched up 20 or 30 performances right there. And that's invaluable. That's where you learn. Look Sharp got broken in. So 12 years ago, Look Sharp got broken in and worked in Frankie and Benny's.
Yeah.
You know, and it wouldn't have been the effect. It wouldn't have been ready to bring to you or to release had it not for me for a year and a bit doing it every single week in my residencies, mainly Frankie and Benny's, and hitting it as hard as I could, so that it was like bang, 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 and then done. You know, it's if you've got a new effect, you can put it in at the beginning of the night, but at the end of the night, it's worked because you've done it 15, 20 times.
Yeah, yeah.
The restaurant book is available. If anybody wants a restaurant book as well.
And
did we do the restaurant book as a download? Did we do that as a download?
I think you might have done. I'm not sure.
No,
I think we might have them in stock. Do we?
Maybe we can have a look.
Yeah.
If not, we can do it. If not, we can do it as a download or release it in a couple of weeks as a download and
Cool.
put it out there.
Once again, that was full of so much great information. So actually, this is a good question. How many of our viewers actually go out and do? Because I know there's a lot of hobbyists that go out there and they'll do the odd things for friends and that. How many of you actually go out as working magicians? So you don't have to be a pro. It doesn't have to be full time. But how many of you actually go out and perform for money at events, whether it's as a semi-professional or whether it's full-time? Let us know in the chat, or whether you are someone that just enjoys doing it for family and friends. Let us know. It'll be good to see. Rich Relish said yes. I know Rich is a paid performer. So I take it he just answered on the first one rather than giving me what it was. But so I
Colin
know
Klaus
Rich
is me too. Colin Klaus, me too.
Yeah, well, Colin, I know Colin's a worker. He has been for years. David Hand said yes. So I presume these are all people that are actually going out and doing paid performances. It'll be interesting. Guys, how have you found it? Have you found Roy Smith's family and friends only for now? So have you guys found, the ones that are going out there and actually doing it, have you found that the gigs are starting to come in again? Have you been pushing yourself for more gigs? Or let us know what you think. And while you're typing that out, there's a new effect coming in, which is a bit of a classic. I know you've ordered one, Wayne.
Oh, yes, I like this, yes.
Yeah, so this is a bit of a classic. It's not really a magic trick per se, it is a puzzle, but it does really mess with your head.
It lends itself to magic.
Yeah,
you can use
the
it.
End really does. Like a pseudo hypnosis as well, it works very well with. So let's have a little look at this.
Hi, I'm Ashton Carter. Welcome to the Baffling Blocks. Are you ready to experience the impossible?
I like it.
3 simple boxes, 2 simple instructions, and a whole host of possibilities. Lift the 3 block, then just the top one, and the top one feels heavier than all 3.
That's impossible.
Absolutely.
You'll receive a set of baffling blocks produced by Alan Wong and a copy of my Magician's Guide to the Baffling Blocks, which contains 10 routines for 10 different magical settings you can find yourself in, and limitless possibilities. You'll get fantastic reactions from your audiences, and they will ask you to demonstrate this again and again.
How will you do that? How will you do that?
It's simple to learn, easy to perform. You'll be up and running within 5 minutes. Bring the impossible direct to your audience's hands.
So
I love it.
That's the Baffling Blocks. It is based. I've been doing that for many years. I think Moz made me my first set of those, which was 3 playing card boxes. And it's such a great effect. Such a great effect.
I do it slightly differently to him, and I'm interested to try it his way. But the way I do it is I have it set up, and I get them to from above.
Yeah, same here. That's.
Yeah.
I think because he's gone for bigger blocks, it's more of a two-handed. But mine's the same as yours. It's always been done that way.
Yeah, and then I take away the top 2 and ask them to pick up the one that's left on the table.
Yeah.
And I tend to find, because it's on the table, I tend to find some people, and I had a big guy, really big guy, in his head, he picked up the 3, he put them down, I took away the 2 top ones, I said, pick up the last one, he couldn't lift it off the table.
Yeah.
He was literally like, it was like Thor's hammer, trying to lift it off the table. So it was a really nice little picker moment there. You know, with that. So, but I'm interested to play with his version, and I think again, yeah, it lends itself very nicely to certain. I'm really interested in the 10 different performances as well that he mentioned. He gives you the down low on 10 different
different presentations and routines.
And I'm really interested in looking at that, because there's going to be I think there's going to be some great ideas in there.
So we've got some comments coming in.
There's a couple of questions here as well. Steve Week says, just received Zoltar's opener. Any suggestions for a fortune-telling effect to follow Zoltar?
Do you know one of the nice fortune-telling effects? Once again, it's one of mine. I don't like talking about my ones, but and this is an old one I released, and it was called Cartomancy. And the actual design on Cartomancy is similar to the design on Zoltar, like the man in the turban and stuff. But that's a great little effect, and it's one of those ones that sort of went under the radar a bit, but those that use it continue to use it.
Yeah.
We've got the great Martin Marvel on here saying the residencies are back to normal. Martin is the guy I was talking about. Martin Pierce, or Martin Marvel, will be giving his academy later on this month, full of practical, easy to do commercial magic. So watch out for that, because that's going to be a popular night.
Yes, I'm sure. Well, his stuff is very commercial. It's very, very workable, very commercial. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and Martin's a full-time performer, and he has been for many, many years, so everything he creates has got the emphasis, like you, Wayne, and as it should be, on the entertainment value of the effect.
It's a worker. Yeah.
So any other questions coming in? We got David Hand said, I was apprehensive about my first close-up since lockdown at a barbecue a few weeks ago, but once you get started, it's like riding a bike. And that's absolutely true. It's like we've said before as well. It's even when I was out doing it all the time, that first table was always a mental killer. Not the first, not doing it, approaching it.
Can I just say this though? Since I've been back working, so the first night back at the first night at the residency was one of my first gigs back, and so I turned up after, I wouldn't say I was nervous per se, but there was definitely an anxiety there about getting started, and they had announced on social media that there was going to be a magician there, and I walked in. And after a year and a half of people not having any kind of live entertainment, it was for them as well. They were like, yeah, come over, I want to see something. And the next day, we'll call them over. And I think, and that really helped. It really pushed me to, this is what I wanted. And this is how it should be. So people were calling me over, other tables were watching. And there was a real atmosphere of yeah, this is great, live entertainment again. Yeah, and it was great. So, yeah, don't be too worried, because on the other side of the table, they're desperate for something live to happen.
Yeah,
so
and it's
just going to kick straight in. Great.
Once you hit that first table, once you introduce yourself to that first table and get that first card selected, you're in. That's it. That moment is the build up to that moment. And I did go through a stage where it felt like a job. I just sort of went in, got my case, went out, entertained, and I didn't really think about it too much. But then if you leave a big gap before gigs, that's when it tends to hit, doesn't it? You go, oh God, have I remembered everything? Do I know, do I still remember what I'm doing? As soon as you hit that first one, it all clicks into place and you're there. And there was a great thing, I think Sean Mann just commented actually that he isn't a full-time, but he's got ambitions to be. Now, Sean joined you at a gig, and he was in the shop on the day of the gig, I think.
Day before.
Day before the gig, and he knew what he was going to do, but he was quite not worried about it. But he hadn't done it before. And a bit apprehensive. And we both said to him the same thing. Once you start, you'll be fine. Like within 5 minutes of starting, you'll be fine. And you won't want to stop. And that's what happened, wasn't it?
I said to him, the only regret he'll have is there weren't more tables for him to entertain.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, so we did a bit of close-up, then me and Andy did a show, and then we did more close-up. And after the show, I went up to Andy and I said, check him out. And he was over and he was like full on, like every single table was getting a Sean Mann experience. Yeah. He was brilliant. He was great. And he was natural. He was so easy with it.
Well, when he told me the list of effects he was going to do, they were all top-notch, powerful effects. He picked them very well. Picked the effects very well. I mean, that's another thing as well, is picking your effects, because I think sometimes we get a little bit jaded with the power of simple, direct magic. And I must have told this story 100 times on the live. I'm going to tell it again. It was my first experience of actually performing for a paying audience. And we had just moved to Ashford. I don't think we had been here that long. And it was for the Magic Club, and each year the Magic Club would invite a lot of the public in, and it would be a way to raise money for charity. So these people would pay and the money would go to charity. And what we would have is we would have 3 tables, a magician behind each table, and then the magician would move, not the audience. So I did what I believed would impress them, which was the hardest sleight of hand I could do, right? Literally. And the reactions, to be fair, they were great. They're great tricks. But, you know, I'm sort of sitting here thinking, for all the work I put in that, they should have been pulling their hair out. You know, that was my attitude. It was like, I'd put in all this time. I gave you the hardest, like, I mean, I'd done an interchange routine, but not my interchange. This was a proper one with palms and shifts and this and that. And the reactions were good. But then later on, there was like a half-time break where everyone could go to the bar. So we were then entertaining in the bar. And in the bar, I performed Invisible Deck, Cigarette Through Card at the time, because we could still smoke indoors, and Card Tune.
Nice.
And the reactions to that were crazy.
Yeah.
Like literally crazy. And that's when it clicked in here that what impresses us as magicians, what we look for, what I try and fool you with and what you try and fool me with is not the type of stuff that we work when we're out.
No, and things like the invisible deck and even like cartoon. I mean, cartoon is another one of those tricks that's really lasted and you know, become a modern day classic.
Yeah.
You know, even so much that somebody released a version with train tickets, didn't they? All aboard.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one of those things that, and I expect there to be other versions in the future as well. Other versions will come out of that as well. But it's so strong from the spectator's point of view that, you know, as magicians, you're right, we do become a little bit, oh yeah, that's I've heard magicians at Magic Club say, yeah, it's okay, but it's self-working. I'm like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Bring it on.
Do you know what? It's a great, having a magic shop and having lay people come in does remind you of that. It gets quite hard because sometimes you forget how powerful the beginner stuff is. But when you have a lay person come in, now if a lay person comes into the shop, I'm doing the pitch items, I'm doing dynamic coins, I'm doing mental photography.
That's a strong effect, dynamic coins.
But you've only got to see the look on their face when you do it. They're just witnessing real magic.
Dynamic coins is the trick. When people say, what's the trick that made you feel like a non-magician?
Yeah.
Or before you got into magic, what was the trick that you went, oh? And I remember seeing dynamic coins. I think I was in Davenport's, and I did dynamic coins, and I was like, and I was only about 15. I had no idea about the way it worked and stuff. All I saw was 10p's going from one place to another place, and then he definitely put 10p's in my hand, and they turned into 20p's.
Yeah.
Right. And to me, and a lot of people say, oh, they like it at the end because they spin it and it turns into the 20p's. No, it's got to be done in the hand because that's how it was for me.
Yeah.
And he lifted up into 20p's. Just such a strong, amazingly strong piece of magical, you know, demonstration.
Yeah.
You just look at it and go, the brain just can't take it. It's so strong.
Yeah.
I think as well, it's not just beginner's magic. I think self-working stuff has a real place. And an example of that, didn't you release a couple of DVDs with Joe Barry?
Yeah.
Now, his stuff, look, I remember watching it at a lecture and thinking, I ain't got time to learn that kind of stuff. And then he does the explanations and they're all self-working.
Yeah.
And you're like, hold on a minute. No, that's like cheating.
But it is so good. And I remember speaking to Benjamin L years ago, and he said to me, like, when he was performing to magicians, like, if he was jamming in, like, at a convention, he said, I'll always start with a couple of really heavy slight routines. Because Ben, you know, Ben's a genius. He said, I'll start with a couple of slight routines, but then I'll go into self-working, but they'll all think they're slights. So like, I'm getting double the impact there. Anyway, guys, that brings us to the end of this week's Alakazam Live.
Is that an hour already?
Yeah.
How's that happen?
I don't know, but guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something from it. I hope you enjoyed spending the time with us as much as we enjoy spending the time with you. I don't believe we've got any more live events this week. We will be back next Tuesday. We'll have some more information about.
Oh, we do have a live event this week.
What have we got?
Hold on, let me just check. Of course, yeah, because this Thursday on Zoom, but we will post the code on Discord. We've got our very own Andy Smith on his monthly, once monthly. It's the first Thursday of the month.
Brilliant. So, guys,
I
check
haven't
that
spoken
out.
to him.
Well, Wayne will sort that out.
Yeah.
And
the code
make sure you're on our Discord.
Yes, the code will be shared on Discord, and it'll be the first 100 people who log in will be able to watch it. That'll be Thursday. I think it's at 7 or 7:30, but I will get all the details up on the Discord this week.
Brilliant. Okay, guys. So, Wayne, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure as always.
We'll see you next week. And, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you, hopefully we'll see you Thursday. If not, we will see you next Tuesday right here on the AlakazamMagicUK Live. And there will be some dates for you to put in your diary. So, until then, have a great week.
Bye-bye.